Hey, good morning, guys. I just wanted to come at you and try this whole video thing for one. If you would like, I can show you my co-teacher for today. One second. Hello. Say hi to the co-teacher. Hello, everybody. Anyway, I wanted to first off kind of define the word compromise because compromise has come up in two of our readings so far during this lovely quarantine situation. Compromise is it's an agreement. You have two parties, two people who do not get along and do not want to help each other, and there's give and take. They have to come to an agreement between each other and move on. Settle this so it can move forward. Now, there's two big compromises that we're going to be talking about in the near future. The first one being what you have read about already, called the Missouri Compromise, otherwise known as the Compromise of 1821, or excuse me, 1820, and or otherwise Great Compromise, and the Compromise of 1850, which is going to happen much later. Both of them are going to deal with slavery, the expansion of slavery, the admissions of states due to slavery, one with Missouri, the other with the addition of the new territories gained from the Mexican-American War. That's going to be fought in the 1840s. And they're both going to have one key guy behind them, Henry Clay. Now, Henry Clay should sound familiar because Henry Clay is one of those people that was brought up in the Andrew Jackson documentary and one of Jackson's biggest opponents. So first things first, let's talk about the Missouri Compromise. All right, so compromise number one, the Missouri Compromise, Compromise of 1820. This compromise is going to be crafted by Mr. Henry Clay, who is not the biggest fan of the expansion of slavery, but understands the economics enough of it to know that it's not going to go away, so there has to be some sort of compromise between North and South. Now, the reason this compromise occurs is because before Missouri is admitted to the state, there's 22 states in the United States. 11 of them are free, and 11 of them allow slavery. That means the power in the Senate and the power in the House are balanced between free and slave. Missouri, wanting to be added as a slave state to the Union, would upset that balance of power and give the slave states seemingly more say in the government and in political matters in the future. Many Northerners who have begun to see the ills of slavery and how it is so bad and so inhumane do not want this because they won't want slavery to expand any further, and many of them want it to go away. So they craft the Missouri Compromise, which essentially says that slavery cannot be above Missouri's southern border, that 3630 line, that line that makes Arkansas as the top of Arkansas, and it also into this new territories that we're going to gain. But it also says whenever a slave state is admitted, a free state must be admitted as well to maintain the balance. So with Missouri, we get Maine, and we get a giant band-aid on the entire slavery issue up until the Mexican-American War. All right, moving forward into 1850. The next accomplishment by Mr. Henry Clay is going to be the Compromise of 1850. Now, since the Compromise of 1821 with 1820, the Missouri Compromise, we are going to get to see Andrew Jackson rise to the presidency, Indian removal happen, and we're going to have fought the Mexican-American War in 1846 to 1848. Now, the Mexican-American War is going to grant the United States a lot of new land. As you can see by the map that I am using here to speak over, the United States from Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean is now complete. We have Texas, New Mexico, Utah, California, the Oregon Territory, everything in between. And now we have to decide once again, what are we going to do about slavery? Now, by the 1850s, Northerners have become even more aggressive with their abolition movement, aka the movement to get rid of slavery. So northern abolitionists are going to push, and they do not want slavery to expand. Meanwhile, you have Southerners in the new Texas territory that is going to apply to be a state that wants slavery to expand. So yet again, we're going to have Henry Clay come in and create a compromise that is going to be yet again another Band-Aid on the slavery issue. So Texas, in this instance, Texas is going to be admitted as a slave state, while California, on the other side of those new territories, is going to be admitted in balance as a free state. So back again, we're using the Missouri Compromise of 1820 to admit a slave state and a free state at the same time. But this one also needs to answer the question of, what are we going to do with the rest of these territories we have? Are we going to expand slavery? Are we not going to expand slavery? What are we going to do? Well, as part of this compromise, the remaining parts of the territory are organized into the Utah Territory and the New Mexico Territory. As we know by our map today, those are going to become Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado and Nevada. Those states are going to come out of those territories. But we're going to have a new idea come into play, a new idea called popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty basically means they're going to let the people in those states choose whether or not they want to be slave or free. So it's using that argument from the Constitution that since it's not explicitly mentioned, that power should go to the people or the states. And that is the argument Clay is going to use to create popular sovereignty. Now, as you read continually today, you will notice there is an event called Bleeding Kansas, and this is what's going to happen when popular sovereignty goes wrong. I hope everybody is enjoying their break and enjoying quarantine. And give me some feedback. How does this help you understand the reading a little bit better or not? Hope you guys have a great day, great spring break. Talk to you later.